Our first story for the morning. More than 52 persons were killed through motor accident nationwide between December 23 and December 29, 2013, according to Assistant Superintendent of Police Augustine Akrofi. The dead were made up of 16 females, 2 of whom were below 18 years, and 36 males, 5 of whom were below 18 years.
The regional breakdown are Accra 6, Tamale 3, Eastern 9, Central 6, Western 1, Ashanti 6, Volta 2, Northern 3, Upper West 1, Upper East 3, and Bonohafo 12. ASP Akrofi, staff officer to the commander of the Central Motor Traffic and Transport Unit, said within the same period in 2012, 37 persons lost their lives through motor traffic accident, adding that 201 persons were injured in 2013, while 233 persons suffered motor traffic injuries in 2012. The regional distribution of the injured in 2013 were Accra 67, Tamale 18, Eastern 35, Central 29, Western 9, Ashanti 8, Volta 5, Northern 9, Upper West 9, Upper East 1, and Bonohafo 11. ASP Akrofi said during the period, 306 motor accident cases were reported nationwide and that the number of motorbikes, commercial and private vehicles involved was 58,204 and 210 respectively. The regional statistic for accident cases were Accra 130, Tamale 32, Eastern 34, Central 34, Western 11, Ashanti 25, Volta 10, Northern 8, Upper West 3, Upper East 4, and Bonohafo 15. He said of the 306 motor accident cases, there were 44 fatalities, 79 serious and 183 minor cases. He said 48 pedestrians were knocked down during the festive period, of which Accra recorded 17, Eastern 9, Central 9, Western 1, Ashanti 2, Volta 2, Northern 3, Upper West 0, Upper East 1, and Bonohafo 4. This compares with 50 pedestrians knocked down in 2012. ASP Akrofi lauded the MTTU officers for ensuring that traffic was decongested during the Yuletide period in the major cities like Accra, Kumasi, and Sekondi Takoradi. According to him, and I quote, "This year, we will not relent in our effort to decongest traffic and we will continue to enforce our strategies to instill discipline on our roads." He appealed to vehicle owners and the public to join hands with the police to ensure that motor accidents were reduced.
Well, so especially with the intervention of many of those collaborators with the National Road Safety Commission, some of these accidents cases could have been a lot more. But some vehicle owners and drivers who went to the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority's office here in Accra on Thursday, which is the first working day of the year to register their vehicles, protested new charges. Drivers were asking the DVLA to review the new charges downwards. Meanwhile, the authority has also registered 250 vehicles on the first day of 2014.
One of the busiest places to find yourself on the first working day of the year is the offices of the DVLA. The early hours of Thursday, January 2, 2014, saw long queues of vehicles on the road leading to the Accra DVLA main office. Vehicle owners and drivers were in a rush in an attempt at acquiring 2014 number plates. In order to prevent and avoid a stampede, owing to the mad rush for the 2014 registration numbers, the authority this year had put in new plans of just allowing 200 vehicles to be registered on every working day.
That is what our capacity can handle in a day. So once we are able to tag the 200th vehicle, the 201st vehicle will not be allowed in. We will gently appeal to the person to come the following day, by which time we'll be ready to pick them up.
The Deputy Regional Licensing Officer, Vincent Apia, explains the procedure.
As the vehicle has been examined and the custom has released the vehicle for registration, payment is done. And the document will be handed over to the issuing clerk through the counter. Then he will do the entries into the register. And every register contains 400. So we start from number 1 due, but depending on which of the clerks that your work is given to, the number is given out according to what is available. Then the entries, then we'll detach the copies for the client and hand it over to him with the number plate, and then they will go and fix the number plate on the vehicle.
Reverend Ajay Mensah was one of the few people to have had his car embossed with a new registration number plate after going through all the process as early as 10 a.m. He was so much elated.
And so I got this car last year, and I decided I'll keep it to 14, so that I put the new 14.
Okay.
Yeah, that's special number.
Special number.
I registered 2 years ago a Ford Expedition, and I had a General 3312, and I decided to have another 3314.
Is there anything special about that?
No.
But you just felt.
Yes.
So what number do you have now?
GR 3314. Yes.
So officials, however, cautioned the public to be wary of middlemen, popularly known as Goro boys, who, in an attempt to cash in on the situation, to exploit the unsuspecting public.
We have ensured that before the vehicle is registered here, there is a policy where you have to assess the condition or the health of the vehicle through a PVTS or private vehicle test station before it comes here. We don't to depend wholly on the certificate they bring here, because it could be faked along the line. So we are cross-checking with the private vehicle test stations. Once they register the vehicles, they signal to us, and we have a specific code on the certificates to authenticate it here. In so doing, the issue of Goro faking our documents and bringing them here will be absent.
Some drivers, however, complained about the new charges.
Me, I just got here and I got to know that the price has gone up. You understand? So it's causing inconvenience. You understand? They should have given us a date, maybe like in a month's time, this is what the price will be, blah, blah. You just can't increase prices like that. Because you are working for the people. You understand? You are serving the people. So serve them well.
But by midday, the long queue of vehicles had been attended to. Yafusia Jimfi reporting for Joy News.
I think I should customize my tea. I was telling you what I should do with Akusia one, Meanwhile, Ghanaians have been spared any eminent fuel prices hikes as 2014 begins. The National Petroleum Authority maintained the price of petroleum products in its latest new prices review. This is the second time in a row that the regulator has kept the price same. The review, which took effect Wednesday 1st January, saw prices maintained at the pumps. Petrol is still going for 219 pesos per litre, kerosene for 202 pesos per litre, diesel at 226 pesos per litre, and LPG at 252 pesos per kilogram, and premix fuel 116 pesos per litre.
Well, it's something that has always been ongoing, debatable as always. But a senior high school graduate at the Ola Girls Senior High School at Kenyatta in the Esutefe North District of the Bonafri region has revealed that lesbianism has gained roots in the school. Well, the old student of the school believes the spate of the abominable act in the school demands both government and divine intervention to stamp it out. Sharing her 3-year experience at the school at a night vigil to usher in 2014 at the Abesim Central District Church of the Deeper Life Bible Ministry, the young lady alleged that it had become a norm that some of the seniors in the school forced the Form 1 girls to be their lesbian partners. Speaking on condition of anonymity to the Ghana News Agency, she further alleged that girls who fail to give in to such devilish acts, according to her, will go through all forms of sexual harassment from their senior colleagues at night. She said the situation has been reported to the school authorities, but so far no action had been taken. The situation, she said, continues to affect the academic performance of some of the students, especially those who refuse to give in to the act, since they are always harassed. Pastor Paul Edueje, pastor of the church, expressed worry about the practice and therefore called for urgent steps to reverse their habit.
A pilot bus priority project should take off by the end of 2014. That is if a $10 million infrastructural expansion project from Amasaman to Tudu in the Central Business District is successful. A bus priority project is a component of the bus traffic transit system, which is a hold due to inadequate funding.
Under the bus rapid transport system, bus lanes were to be constructed on the Accra-Malam-Kaswa Highway to reduce travel time on the stretch. The Department of Urban Roads had to scale down the implementation of the project due to inadequate funding. Subsequently, remaining funds from the implementation of Lot 1 of the BRT is funding the implementation of strengthened bus priority measures on the Amasaman Central Business District Road.
We are looking at doing the infrastructure so that we can have scheduled bus services. We need to expand current infrastructure. For instance, on the corridor, we have 3 lanes already on that corridor. Now, there are some sections of the corridor that we can introduce a 4th lane that will give buses some priority, so that, for instance, between 9th Street on that corridor is after the Apenkwa interchange. There's a turning that goes to the Tesano Sports Complex. Now, between Tesano Sports Complex and Abeka Junction, there's space on the section of the road. So the concept is that maybe between that section, we can put in another 4th lane exclusively for buses. Now, when they come to after Kwame Nkrumah Circle and they get to the old Farisco traffic light, we'll be able to put the buses on the service lane. You know, between Farisco and the Tudu Road, there is a service lane there. So the buses can now operate from that service lane into Accra Central.
Higher quality bus services will be introduced to improve mobility. Priority measures for the Adenta corridor will be completed under the Transport Sector Project. An interim planning and regulating entity, the Greater Accra Public Transport Executive Unit, is operational and is responsible for the works. Some $12 million went into the Graphic Road overpass.
The Ministry of Trade and Industry has lifted the ban on importation of rice through the country's borders. The decision was taken after the ministry considered a petition received from the Ghana Ivory Coast rice importers to enable them clear the commodity. A statement signed by the Acting Director of Communication and Public Affairs of the Ministry, Nana Krisisapong. The lifting of the ban would assist importers who have made financial commitments or advance payment for rice from their suppliers abroad. The Trade Ministry served notice to importers of rice in October 2013, stating that with effect from 1st November 2013, in the notice, all the importers of rice shall be done through only the Kotoka International Airport, the Tema and Takoradi ports. The ministry's directive, among other things, warned that the importation of rice through all land frontiers shall be deemed illegal, and any person who imports rice through any port other than the declared port commit an offence and shall be prosecuted, and in addition have such imports confiscated. But Thursday, January 14 statement said that no policy exists no more. A statement, according to the stakeholders meeting between officials of the Ghana Revenue Authority, rice importers and officials from the ministry have since been scheduled for that very meeting for Tuesday, January 7.
Moving up north, now the Northern Regional Security Council has assured the people of Dabon of adequate security for this year. The Damba Festival, close to a decade after the murder of the overlord of Dabon, Yana Yakubi Adani, and 40 others in the Dabon chieftaincy. There's been disagreement over the celebration of the Damba Festival.
A communique was issued by the Northern Regional Security Council in Tamale after a meeting with some prominent chiefs representing the Badus and Andanis. The prominent chiefs also resolved to celebrate this year's Damba Festival at the Gbewa Palace in Yendi as a first step in seeking lasting peace in the area. The Northern Regional Minister and Chairman of RECSEC, Bid Ziding, read the communique.
RECSEC will ensure security arrangements are made to ensure that all celebrate the festival peacefully at the festival. 3. Damba should take place only at the traditional palaces in Dagbon. And 4, that no place anywhere should have the intention of being climax except at the Gbela.
There were exchanges from all sides on the customs and tradition, while the Kampakuyana, the regent of Dagbon, welcomed all citizens to celebrate the festival. The meeting also took cognizance of the indication of Bolin Lana, head of the Abudu Gate, in his letter to the Rexec, indicating the willingness to lead his followers to celebrate the festival at the Gbewa Palace if adequate security measures would be provided to ensure peace. The meeting also appreciated the various concerns expressed on the need for a permanent and lasting peace in Dagbon and the importance of working towards achieving that goal. The 4-point communique added that this year's Damba Festival would only be celebrated in Yendi and at the Gbewa Palace, and that Rexec would ensure that adequate security arrangements were provided to interested persons and groups to celebrate the festival peacefully. It said rehearsals leading to the celebration should take place only at traditionally designated places in Dagbon, and that no rehearsal should have the intention of being climaxed at those places but at the Gbewa Palace.
We now have to go to the Bonafri region, and the people of Badu in the Tyne district of the region have blamed a poor security situation in the area to the deplorable nature of the police station there. They argue police personnel have refused posting to the area because of this, and a senior police officer was also murdered in a cold blood by a complainant at the police station.
Until the untimely death of its station officer, the Badu police station had only 3 policemen serving a population of over 15,000. Police personnel have refused posting there due to inadequate accommodation. The walls of the Badu police station have developed serious cracks. Our cameras captured these bicycles behind the counter in the charge office, serving as the only means of transport for these officers. This is the only writing desk in the charge office. The news team was told the ceiling of the building leaks badly during the rainy season. This small dark room serves as a cell. Interestingly, this building is also the home of the 3 policemen who serve here. The assembly member for the Lawage electoral area, where the police station is situated, George Donko, said he has made several appeals to the Tyne District Assembly to have the station rehabilitated, but has not been successful.
The assembly they can assembly they are but and I work because I didn't and say abanso so enye den o man animre enti de mesra aban se o momodin biara se sabre ya ekoyina o momodin besi baras bi maye se be ya na bidin kankan no se dan no doso a please ni bia obeba ha bia no de anije na eden na eba na mum se oba na se oni ba bi obetena na je se akoy problem enti e besra aban no se o momodin na onye den o mesisa dan no maye.
The Bonafri Regional Police Commander, ACP Patrick Eduse Sapon, admitted poor state of the police station and assured that his administration will take immediate action to improve conditions there.
A 24-year-old suspected armed robber is in the grips of the Odoko police in connection with some robbery incidents and terrorizing of persons at Ablekuma. The suspect, Samiru Salifu, has been on the police wanted list for about 5 years now.
According to the police, Samiru Salifu was arrested upon a tip-off on January 1. The police said they laid surveillance and arrested him this Wednesday morning at his hideout at Odoko. The Odoko District Police Commander, Superintendent Abraham Akwa told Joy News, the suspect has been terrorizing the people of Ablekuma for about 5 years now and has been on the police wanted list.
The fact is that we have been laying surveillance on him for so many years now. He's very slippery, and anytime you get wind of him, before you get there, he has already escaped. But unfortunately for him yesterday, he couldn't escape. Yes, our information was it was accurate, so we met him on target. But incidentally, the place was very dark. He saw us first, so he was able to escape. But whilst fleeing, he started shooting sporadically with a view to scaring off the team, and we also returned fire. However, we discovered that he had sustained gunshot wounds. So the following morning, you followed up, and we saw him hiding in a hideout. So we managed to arrest him.
He said the suspect will be sent to the Accra Regional Office to be further processed for court.
So we're ready now to give you a recap of what the top stories are this morning. And a very tragic news, and as always, 52 people were killed in road accidents during the Yuletide.
And the Ministry of Trade and Industry has lifted the ban on importation of rice throughout the borders of the country.
So that's the news we have this morning. Please get interactive. We have the short code 1760 and also the page on Facebook, Joy News on TV.
And the WhatsApp number which I memorized is January 3rd, Roland. It's 0544334722. And up next is sports.
All right. Well, let's look at what could have been for a local league club as Ghana's Premier League side Ashanti Gold were blocked at the last minute to re-sign Fatal Dauda, the former goalkeeper from Orlando Pirates, the South African team. Ghana's first choice goalkeeper has since been inactive since joining the Bucks in June last year, and that has been a major worry as the 2014 World Cup finals beckons for Brazil, and he's down the pecking order as head coach Roger Dassar prefers Senzo Meyiwa and Brighton Mplogo. Ash Gold, who transferred the player to the Premier Soccer League outfit, wanted a loan spell to keep him match fit, but Pirates chief administrator Floyd Mbele was against the idea and assured the goalkeeper of enough playing time. The failed move is a major setback for Fatal Dauda, who is determined to secure his spots in the Black Stars for the World Cup in the summer. And the January transfer window is on, and of course there are always speculations, and the clubs are moving along with players they would want to cut. And Marseille and Sochaux have agreed terms for the much talked about loan deal of Black Stars striker Jordan Ayew. Despite reported interest from several other clubs including Nice, Bastia and English side West Bromwich Albion, the youngster, who has been struggling for game time at Marseille, playing second fiddle to the likes of Andre Pierre Guignac and Sabia Khalifa, has accepted to join the lowly placed League One side for the rest of the season. The loan will be without an option to buy when it runs out at the end of the season. The 22-year-old, whose contract with Marseille ends in 2015, will be seeking regular playing time to boost his chances of playing for the Black Stars at the 2014 World Cup to take place in Brazil next June. Well, and that's all for sports.